Finally, we are back, season 3, right in front of your face, and we are so excited. What
So
up, guys?
excited!
We are back.
Sorry, I had to Kevin Hart
Finally,
it.
yes. Hi,
Season
what
3.
up, guys? I am Sin.
Okay, we messed that up, but we're going to keep it. I'm Joy.
And welcome to Big Girl Pantease,
where you get a plate of positivity with a side of bluntness with accountability for dessert because
accountability ain't a dirty word. To all of our returning Pantease gang, we are so happy to have you back for season 3. We're so happy to be back. We know we took a little break. We had to rejuvenate. Life was lifing, but we are here. We are fabulous. We're feeling great. We hope you are too. We hope you've been having a wonderful 2 months or so. And to all of our new Pantease gang joining us for the very first time, thank you so much for tuning in. We have 2 seasons that you need to go check out on YouTube if you want to see the magic, and everywhere you listen to your DSPs. So,
iTunes,
hey,
Spotify,
say it,
all that good stuff.
all that good stuff.
Wait, is it Pocket what? Anyway, yeah, Spotify, iTunes.
We on all that.
Wherever you get your favorite pods and things.
Yep.
So, as usual, we haven't changed the format of conversation, creating a show. I mean, there's so much that's happened over the last 2 months.
Yep.
But one of the most prevalent things that we both realized that's been a theme in both of our lives is
are we gonna do drum roll?
Change
Yo Pantease.
So change. So today's episode is change your panties.
Yes.
So what we mean by change your panties, not just like physically. I hope you're changing them every day.
You have to, especially in this heat. Don't play.
Yeah. And also, side note, today is the first day of summer. I meant to start off with that.
Happy summer, y'all.
Which is big on change as well, since we're talking about change. So happy summer solstice.
Happy summer solstice.
We always film a week before it comes out.
Yep.
But when we were talking about change, are you spiritually hygienic? Are you emotionally hygienic? Do you need to change your panties emotionally? Do you need to change your panties spiritually?
Yep.
So I put in my notes, do you need to change the dirty thoughts that stank?
Dirty thoughts.
So, and not the good dirty thoughts, but
no, the good dirty thoughts, they can stay all day.
They can stay, but all the thoughts that are
toxic and negative and
that don't serve a purpose in your life.
Gotta get rid of it.
We're talking about that change. We're also gonna make that change.
Come on. Woman in the mirror. You got to. So this is gonna be educational as always. We hope that when you leave that you learned a little something, feel a little bit better on your way out, and hopefully bring change into your life and in the different areas that we're gonna speak on today.
So also, it's perspective.
Yep.
Which angle you looking from? If you took a choice, if I wonder who you took it from.
There you go.
Right. I stole that from Fab.
FABO.
Right. So when we're talking about change, for me personally, if you are complaining about something that you're able to change, then you've lost the ability to complain to me in my book.
Completely.
I feel like change is not something that's easy.
Yeah.
And I think as humans, we love to be where we're comfortable. But what is it? Comfortability leads to content. I can't. All these sayings that I'm absolutely fucking up right now about change.
Reads. It's in the phone.
Hold on, I'm a little rusty, guys.
I'm a little rusty.
I'm a little rusty.
Oh, now you see why
familiarity can kill you slowly.
There you go.
Okay, boom.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is, because we are a transparency-based show.
Very authentic.
We're gonna go by things that were bad in our lives that we needed to change, and some real honesty. Like, I had to go back and really
dig deep
and think
about some stuff.
What was so horrible? Yeah, damn, we need to stop taking 2 months off. What did I do that was really bad?
And we ain't editing shit.
No.
We don't get it shit. You're gonna
get these mistakes. You're gonna get this honesty. What was it in my life that if I didn't change it, that it was gonna change the trajectory of my life, my relationships, all of that. So I'm gonna hop in and be really real, and all of y'all in BGP land. In my 20s, I was a hater.
Hate.
Chill, Dave Chappelle.
Hate.
I
diabolical. You were diabolical.
The players ball. No, yeah. I used to be, when I say I was a hater, like, I wasn't like actively being like, these people don't deserve it. I was a must be nice head ass. Now, a must be nice head ass is one of those people that will see something and be like, oh, that's great. But deep down be like, And, people can feel that energy. And what happened was, and it wasn't, I was a hater on everything. For me, it was for love. Because I had a really hard time I had bad times in relationships. I hadn't found my person. So anytime I came across someone who had found their person, it was like, must be nice. On some life gen and shit. Yeah. And until I took inventory in my life and realized I was being a hater. Because here's the thing. What's the taking accountability or admitting you have a problem is the first step.
It's the first step.
So
you can't change anything if you don't admit that you have the problem.
Exactly. So I was not getting the results that I wanted, and especially in my love life. And I really had to do a lot of work and make the change because, one, until you're happy for other people, your blessings are never going to roll in.
They're always going to be blocked.
You need to understand that your season is your season, and God makes no mistakes.
Nope.
And if you are truly, truly locked in, you know that when your time comes, nothing can stop it.
That's a fact.
But you got to believe that your time is coming.
For you.
Exactly. And the truth of the matter was, I was a hater because I wasn't loving on myself. And when I did, and I stopped being a hater and instead of being like, oh, let's be nice, genuinely being like, that's beautiful.
Happy, yeah.
I'm excited for you.
Because there's a lot of women out there, they be like, I love that for you. And they're really, sometimes the way, I don't like it.
Can be a little condescending.
I don't like that. I've had people say it. Yeah, me either. I've had people say it to me and I was just like, are you really though? Like,
do you love that for me, bitch?
It's only a few people it's only a few people out there. Shout out to my girl.
Say it to you.
Yeah, of course. But shout out to my girl, Chrissy. She says that all the time. Her energy is so pure that Shout out to Chas. Yeah. She says that all the time.
But Chas is also a very genuine person. So she says, I love that for you. I know she does. You know
it's coming from the real place. But a lot of y'all heifers be...
Do you love that for us?
Not at all. Because you're just scheming on what that person has, what that person man, like my best friend just said, secretly hating. So just be mindful of how you say it, where you say it, and make sure it's coming from a good place.
And no, it's okay. And I'm actually going to end my point and then it's on you. I am happy to report that I did my inner work, let it go, and then I found the love of my life.
See how that works, people? And don't write into the show if you do the work and don't find the love of your life. We are not to blame for that, okay? No. I'm just kidding because, somebody
we are not Dr. Phil, baby.
Look, and we are not. We're just telling our truths, and we hope that it inspires you to do better.
To stop being a motherfucking hater.
Stop, because it's not you, and it's not going to get you anywhere.
Really,
and it's just going to make you toxic inside, to be honest with you. Because it takes so much more energy to hate than to love. And that's a fact. Same thing with frowning and smiling. So, I'm sorry, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so that's a good one though.
Hater.
So wait, was you hating on me in my relationships, bitch?
I wasn't hating on you.
Nigga, because now that we thinking about it.
I wasn't hating on you.
Wait a minute.
I didn't bring up your past. If you want to bring up your past, we can have the conversation. I was happy for you, but I had my own jealousy inside because I didn't have a man.
I'm happy for her, but where's mine, nigga?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. You my best friend.
I'm glad that you at least admitted it to me. I mean...
No, I admitted it to everybody watching, too.
No, I'm saying that I was included in that. You admitted that. That's, not easy.
Well, when you do the work and you no longer live in that place...
You can admit it.
I can admit it. Yeah. When you come from a place where that's not who you are anymore, you look
can
at your
move past it
and be like, oh, shit, wow, bitch, that's awful. Yeah. Thank God you changed that. That was terrible.
Thank God you changed it. I'm happy for you.
No, I'm happy for me, and I mean that.
No,
for real. Do
you
love
know
that
what?
For me or not?
I love that for you, and you fucking know I do.
Do you?
Because you know how I am about you, bitch.
Do you?
You know how I'm about you, bitch. I'm glad you
put two and two together. I knew that was going to happen. I know my best friend so well. So wait, bitch, was you hating on me? Because I had
to just say it for our audience. I had to fuck with you.
She was on her and that was a time. But anywho.
That's the time. Oh, so you talking about when I was engaged.
See, I was about to say that's not my story to tell.
Story.
Okay, you did. Right. So, and I was her maid of honor. And we told that story too. But the point was, one of them, I was your maid of honor. She was the matron of honor. Mm-hmm. Anywho, we're getting off. My point was...
She was hating the fact. No,
I did not
still on
hate.
point. You was hating the fact that you had to share the title.
That's what I hated. No, there's no qualms about that.
That's what it was. That's what it was. It wasn't the fact that I was getting married. She didn't like sharing.
I was there.
She didn't want to share the spotlight. And I get it, because I wouldn't want to either. So I told her.
Okay.
I get it.
Anywho, so I was excited and happy for you, but I was sad for myself because I felt like I would never find love.
And when you feel that way, it's never going to come to you until you do the work and you change your mindset and you just... you genuinely change how you feel about it. Don't just say it. And you did the work. Mm-hmm. Then you was able to find the love of your life. Yep. And that's what you want for everybody. And I'm happy for you. So, and I know who he is. I love that for you, and I love that for him, because he's a really great person. Shout out to Big Bro. Mine, the first thing that I really needed to change was I was extremely negative. I was so positive for other people, but I spoke so negatively over my own life. I think at a point I may have had a woe it's me, it's why is this not working for me kind of attitude with certain things. But when other people were going for their goals, I was always pushing them, telling them they're going to do great, praying for them. But I couldn't even, I was hating on myself. I couldn't even get on my own knees and pray for myself, but I'd pray for other people. I always spoke negative over my life. Everything was being a pessimist instead of being optimistic. For other people, I was optimistic and I believed it, but I didn't know how to believe it for myself. And that just perpetrated. No, that's
the wrong word.
We are fucking
real time.
The word
perpetuated.
That's what I was trying to say. It perpetuated more negativity to come in my life, and it was just like a snowball effect to where I was miserable being around myself. You ever have that to where you can't stand yourself? It got to a point where I felt like I was a negative entity walking this earth. And I just started to retreat from people. People were noticing that my mood was different. I wasn't really talkative. I wasn't around people. And I was just negative. I was sitting in my own negativity. And I was in relationships, happy in relationships. It wasn't the man, it was me. And you have to realize that it's not the other person. It was me. And I was looking for it to be the other person. I'm like, but my man is a good man, so I can't say that. And my job, I like my job. And my salary, I'm getting paid. Thank God. It was nothing about any of the things around me. It was just inside. I was just unhappy. I was unhappy with my weight. I was negative about other people's ability to lose weight, I guess. And
you were being a hater?
I was being a hater to myself because I was being so negative. I didn't know how to climb out of that. Right. And I realized if I can expect God to show up for everyone else that I pray for and I love and all of the advice I try and give to people, encourage people, why don't I believe it for me? And when I started, I had to do spiritual work. My work was spiritual. I had to go to God in prayer and I had to ask him to remove all of the negative traits that's in me. First showed me what else I'm missing, because I know what negative traits I have. But there's a few hitting motherfuckers that I was like, no, that's not, yeah, it is. And I needed God to really expose some of those. And he did the next couple of months in different relationships and showed me. And I ain't like it. I did not like it. And I said, oh, well, I have a lot more to work on than what I thought. And I did the work, and I'm still doing the work. Sometimes I still get in my head. Sometimes I'm still negative about myself. Sometimes I'm still frustrated in my own. But if I'm not doing anything about it, how can I complain? That's like voting. You don't vote, but then when you get a president that you don't want, I don't want to hear your mouth. If you don't vote, you give up your right to complain. Well, I wasn't doing the work, so how dare I complain? So I'm working on that daily. That's the thing about evolving. It's supposed to be a daily process. So don't beat yourself up if you're not there yet, but every day just strive to keep going. Strive to create positive change in your life, and you'll see how that affects those around you.
I have to agree with that. Yeah. I have to agree. And then also, please remember that change and growth is a never-ending thing.
No.
Even when you've gotten past big hurdles, change, like growth is a consistent thing. You're growing until you're dying, until you're dead.
Yeah.
You can, and if you're not,
because there's some people that is not.
Well, that's why we're
in
doing
the same
today.
space.
Change your Pantease.
Change your
Pantease. Change
Wash
your
your ass
mindset.
first, then change it.
Wash your
body.
ass.
Yes. Wash your spiritual ass,
your
and then put on fresh
ass.
panties.
And right, your fresh thoughts. Okay. So the second thing, we do our 5s. Yes. So it's going to be 2 bad and 3 good. So my second thing was that I had to work through, and I can't even, for some reason, I can't get into my own damn phone. I remember what it was. I was comfortable in my bad habits until they caught up with me because I was living in a victim mindset. So everything that happened to me in my life at that point, until I did the work, was somebody else's fault. It was my mom's fault. It was my dad's fault. It was my friend's fault. It was my family's fault. It was life's fault. It was everybody's fault except for my fault. Mm-hmm. And I was dating a man and he was doing all this and that was his fault instead of taking any kind of accountability. And I just lived in a victim mindset and it was not fixing anything for me. Until I got to a point where I was like, this isn't working. This is not working. Like, once you take accountability, because it's not a dirty word.
Nope.
And you take inventory and you start to look around and realize that you created this world that you're in because every choice you make, every thought you have, it creates your reality. Mm-hmm. And if you're not aware of that and you're continually thinking negative thoughts over and over again, it's creating a reality that mirrors what you're thinking.
Yep.
And until I understood that and got out of the victim mindset, then things really started to change. Yes, it was like The Secret, a manifestation, law of attraction.
Watch The Secret, please.
All of these things.
On DVD.
I mean, there's so many. There's Abraham Hicks.
Yeah, but The Secret is...
Well, The Secret is a lot but there's also different laws. That's what a lot of people don't realize.
There are.
There's law of attraction.
That's the main one.
That's a main one. There's also and of course, now that I'm thinking about them, they're all leaving my head.
But they're different laws.
But there's a law of assumption. Mm-hmm. The law of assumption means you assume it's already happened, so it has to happen, like Neville Goddard and all those people.
But that's a good one.
Yeah, no, but there's more than just the law of attraction. There's different places. Anyway, I'm getting off subject. My point is, once I got out of the victim mindset, my life started to change. And when I started to, I realized how much power I have. When you're in a victim mindset, you're giving your power away. You're essentially just giving your power away. It's everyone else's fault. When you take accountability and responsibility for your own life, you bring your power back to you because you realize, I'm creating this. Mm-hmm. Mic drop. Next. No.
Okay, my second one, I'm not even going to look in. My second one was I was mentally poor, which brought on financial instability. Let me break that down for you. The way I looked at money reflected the money that was coming in. You think the more you make, the more you'll have, the more you'll save. It does not work that way. I did not speak positivity over my financial life. I always said, I'm always getting another bill. Putting it out to the universe that another bill's gonna come.
I'm sure it did.
I don't have enough in my paycheck. I'm not making enough. Well, the law of attraction will make sure once you say it, the universe will say, yeah, you're not. Here goes another bill. Here goes another issue. Here goes something else that's gonna pop up that you wasn't financially ready for. So because mentally, I was mentally broke. I was mentally po. And I could not understand that how I thought and how I spoke affected the change in my life until I started changing how I saw money and realized that it is the power within me. Because at a point, now I'm just going to tell, listen, this is not bragging. I am not bragging. This is just fact. A couple of years ago, when I was making less than what I'm making now, and I'll say the number, I was not making more than 70. I was making 70,000. I was able to save in 1 year out of a $70,000 salary, $24,000.
How? Because after tax, it's not even 70 after tax. That's before Uncle Sam comes and takes
Well,
his.
You know what? I started saying, what is more important, buying that expensive bag, not a knock to anybody that like what they like. I've been there, done that. I have Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and shit that I don't even wear. A duffel bag that.
I'm gonna borrow
If
that
that's
duffel bag.
Borrow whenever you want, girl, because it's been collecting dust since 2000 and blue. Okay, so I was able to save $24,000 out of a $70,000 salary because I mentally said, what is it that you really want? And what I really wanted was commas in my bank account. I've always wanted to see at least over 10,000. I want to see at least 5 figures.
Fuck up the commas.
And fuck up the commas. Yes, Jadakiss, I love no.
It's okay.
Who's that? Wait, who sings it?
Isn't that,
fuck up some commas.
I thought that was Future.
Future. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Wolf.
Yeah, thanks, Wolf. I was like, no. Yeah, I was like,
You're like, no.
I wanted to fuck up some commas. I wanted to see that money in my account. So I mentally had to prepare for that.
Right.
And I had to say, I am rich no matter what my salary basis. I wasn't making any more. I wasn't doing side jobs at the time. I wasn't bartending because I'm a bartender and mixologist. I wasn't making money other ways. That was my only gig. And what I did was nothing else mattered. These nails, didn't have them. Learned to do my own toes. Stop eating out. I paid all of my bills, and whatever was left over, I made sure bare minimum $1,000 was going in my account. And whatever was left over at the end of that month, instead of treating myself to something, I treated to my bank account and put it in my bank account. It was discipline. But every time I called and heard, you have 18,000, 25,000.
You made a change.
I made a change, which gave me
change.
A lot.
That's a little bit more than change.
That's a lot. That's bags. That's bags. You know what I'm saying? Right, but I'm telling you, it's possible. And then it's times, now, where and we're going to be transparent, full transparency and being authentic. I'm making way more than that now and having a fucking hard time saving. So it has nothing to do with how much you make. It is the mindset. And I'm saying this because I need to go back and watch this show so I can be inspired to myself because I'm talking to myself.
You talking to your best friend too.
Best friend. People in BGP land, get it together.
YouTube land. Wait, what is it? Apple Podcast.
Yes, Spotify. YouTube. Check us out because as you've seen since COVID, nothing is guaranteed. COVID, that shut everybody down. So all I'm saying is, it's not about how much you make, is what you mentally prepare for, is what you mentally say you want, and you stick to that, and then you will see the change happen. And I'm so grateful that I did then, and I know the tools to do it now, and so now I have to just get disciplined, which is not always easy because it's summertime and I like brunches and
doing shit.
Yeah.
And expensive.
Moderation.
Just
and traveling.
I don't want to talk about that.
I know.
No, I'm hurting.
I know.
Quiet. Sorry. Anywho. We're not going to be those people. I only traveled once this year. Bitch, shut up.
Oh, people hate me.
I know people are like, I'm like, I only took one trip this year. I'm used to going away every quarter. And people looking at me like.
It's people at my job that make over $200,000 ain't been on vacation in 5 years. They be like, shut the fuck up.
That's their fault. That's not yours. But the point I'm trying to make, another thing that I learned, just to piggyback on what you're saying about your relationship with money. I came across this recently, and I will share this with y'all. I no longer say that I'm spending money because spending money puts a negative connotation. What I say now, thank you, Reverend Ike. You can look him up. I love,
you quoted Reverend Ike.
Yes, I did.
My mama gonna love this episode.
Listen, I don't spend money. I circulate it. So anytime I pay a bill, I'm circulating money. Anytime I'm going out to dinner, I'm circulating money. Anytime I'm in Zara, I'm circulating money. Anytime I'm in Gucci, I'm circulating money.
Okay.
So instead of spending, whenever I pay a bill, whenever I'm giving money to whatever, I'm circulating it. Okay. I will no longer do I say I'm spending it.
You know,
when we're doing our show, we're circulating. We circulated money for the show. You understand what I'm saying? It's not spending. Because I think people spend. Oh my God, I gotta spend. No, I'm circulating, and it made me feel better about circulating money.
Yeah.
So
because that also makes the world go round, and you have to, exchange of goods and services. We get it. But it's also the verbiage. So I totally get. Sometimes you have to change up how you say things just for the change to happen. Because for me, I start saying money comes to me daily and freely from a multitude of sources on a continuous basis. I say that daily.
That feels good.
When I go say it one more time with me. Money comes to me daily and freely from a multitude of sources on a continuous basis.
That part.
Every single day. I say that.
Bob Proctor.
I say that every single day. And every day I go to my mailbox, I expect a check. And they come. They come. I find money I'm telling you, you have to change your mindset.
The mindset, if you take anything from today's show, it's about, when we talk about change your mindset.
Yes.
That's the most powerful thing
I promise
that you can do.
I promise you.
Even if you don't have it right now, if you have it in your mind,
it's coming.
If you can see it, that means you already
have it. Yep.
Don't let your current circumstances keep you from your future.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's go into some positive changes that we've made over just years. It's not just one thing. One positive change that I made for myself was I realized I had an unhealthy relationship with alcohol. I was not happy with the amount that I was drinking. I was not happy with how I was feeling after I drank. I was not happy with my weight. I was not happy with what happened last night. What did I say?
Oh, I was just about to say, bitch,
what did I do? No, not
That's the way you said it.
I got very tired of I didn't mean that. I was drunk. That's not how all that
some things
sober
you can't
tongue
take back.
And the drunken mind, all that is bullshit. I don't care what nobody talks about. When you are under the influence of alcohol, that sober tongue shit is bullshit. Your brain is convoluted because you're drunk. Okay? That sober tongue, drunk mind speaks a sober tongue.
I don't know if I believe that. But
I don't
go ahead.
Nope.
I think it's a little bit of truth that some people have said some shit and you like, bitch, you've been holding that in for a long fucking time. And you could tell the difference.
Well, okay, touche. However, I had a bad habit of saying things I didn't mean when I was drunk or something like that. And I had a very unhealthy relationship with alcohol to the point where I just stopped drinking. I have not drank in almost 5 months. And this is not to say that drinking is bad. And you need to do what you got to do for you. Am I saying I'm never going to drink again? No. Did I have to go to a program? No. It's not that type of situation. I just realized that alcohol was taking more from me than it was giving. So I had to be honest.
People, be honest.
Yeah, I had to be honest with myself and say, look and see how you feel without it. And if you feel like your life is better without it, then maybe you should ride on this wave and see how long it is. And again, I'm not saying I'm never drinking again. I love me some champagne. I love champagne. I love me some tequila. But I don't love what it comes with. So one of the positive changes I had to make for me was to put the cup down. There's coffee in here. I still got my addictions. I'm still addicted to coffee. We're not perfect again. But I realized alcohol had to take a back seat for X amount of time.
Yeah, I joined you last year on our band. I joined the bandwagon and I went 42 days without drinking and I felt good. I didn't drink at my company party. That was hard as shit. Until it wasn't.
All the drinks.
Because all the Hennessy was right there. Until it wasn't.
Right.
And halfway through, I almost said, you know what, I'm just gonna, and then it just was like, I don't need it. I'm good.
Right.
So no, I totally get it. I've taken breaks as well. I see the difference when I don't drink. I'm not drinking my red wine. I see my face lines is disappearing. I see, or when I am drinking a little bit more, I see it in my face. I see it in my weight when I'm not drinking. I'm not bloated. I'm just not as big. So I totally get it. It's just moderation and what works for you.
Exactly.
For me, one of the positive things I changed was my prayer life.
Hey.
Yes, I started doing a lot more thanking and praising and not asking. You can ask God for whatever it is you need. I'm not preaching to anybody, but I'm just telling you my truth and what I believe. I believe I serve an amazing God who wants us to have an abundant, beautiful life. Yeah. You can go to him with the things that is on your heart, the things that you're struggling with. You're asking for someone to be cured from cancer. You're praying for someone when they're having a surgery. You're asking things of that nature. That's totally fine. I found myself, I was being really selfish at one point in my prayer life and would start praying more about me and what I wanted and not so much of how it used to be when I was praying for others. My love for other people, I pray for people on sight. Like, I can be scrolling in my phone and see somebody I don't even know. Please pray for my grandmother. Right there, I pray for that person in the moment because I understand the power of prayer. Yeah. And my mom has prayer warriors in her phone, 11 of them. And if anything pops off and Joy hits me up and anybody hits me up and be like, yo, we need prayer. We know that we can trust these 11 women and my mama. When we say we gonna pray, we gonna pray. And it went from me praying for other people genuinely and about being humanity, and it was more selfishness. I wanted my man. I wanted a certain job. I wanted a certain this. My friend. It was all about me. And when it wasn't happening, I got frustrated with God. Yeah. So I had to get back to basics and I had to get back to what I know. And I took the me out of it. And now my prayer life is different because it's about praise. I thank God throughout the day. I thank God for making it here to film with you guys. I thank God when I make it home. I thank God when my feet touch the floor and when I wake up in the morning, because there's no guarantee you're going to make it home.
That part.
So I am just really glad that I've gotten back spiritually where I need to be. I've changed my selfishness in my prayer life. Yeah.
All right. Amen.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Amen. Hallelujah. Let's see. A change that I've made is I changed my panties on self-talk. I am very, very, very serious, lack of a better term. I do not play about how I talk to myself now. I make sure, like, if I make a mistake, instead of being like, damn, that was no, you're human. You've made a mistake. You've acknowledged it. You're not a bad person. You didn't fuck this all up. Exactly.
Which my best friend always tells me.
Right. And I'm like, I can't
give yourself grace.
Believe I didn't say that because that's my line.
Yep.
But my self-talk is so much more positive than it's ever been.
I've noticed.
Whereas I would downplay myself or speak negatively. You can't pay me to do that. Because you know what? I'm listening.
Mm-hmm.
My subconscious is listening.
Yep.
And
universe is listening.
Everybody, everything is listening. This life that I have, I've created.
Yep.
All the stuff I don't like, I've created. So what I do that I can change for myself is I don't speak terrible to myself anymore. I don't call myself out. I don't call myself names. I don't look in the mirror and say bad things to myself. I treat myself with so much love and respect
as we
now
should, yes.
That the world has to do the same.
I know that's right.
And if I'm in a place where I don't feel the love and respect, I get the fuck out of there because I love myself.
People treat you how you treat yourself.
Exactly. So when I change the narrative of how I speak to myself, my life completely changed. So that was one really positive change. That's a small thing that, believe it or not, is hard to do. Let me tell you something. If you've never picked up a mirror, a handheld mirror, or really looked into your own eyes in the mirror and tell yourself that I love you, in the beginning, you're going to feel stupid. You're going to feel like it doesn't work, or you may even have a different reaction. But the point is, keep doing it. Continually tell yourself that you love yourself. And it's not about conceit or anything like that. It's about genuine love for you. You are a reflection of the Most High. When you disrespect yourself, you're disrespecting God.
And you can't love somebody else. You can't proclaim to love somebody else if you don't love yourself.
Oh,
it doesn't work that way.
That was another cheat code of getting my man.
Yeah.
I wasn't loving myself. That's why I was such a hater. Because I wasn't loving me. So once I switched that and changed that and spoke lovingly to myself and spoke lovingly to other people in general, that changed my life. It changed my relationship with myself and my relationships with everyone around me.
One of my favorite quotes about change is from activist Angela Davis. And it says, I am no longer accepting the things I cannot change. I am changing the things I cannot accept.
Boo! That's a word.
Difference.
A word.
I'm going to read that one more time.
Yes.
I am no longer accepting the things I cannot change. I am changing the things I cannot accept, which takes me to my next one. I have changed how I interact with men.
Oh.
I have raised my expectations, and I don't take no shorts.
Well,
there's people that will never get the opportunity to sit in my presence again or for the first time, because how you stepped to me, it was not what is accepting of who I am as a woman and what I deserve.
Amen.
And the old sin would ignore the red flags, feel like I can help bring change to their life, make them a better person. You can't change somebody that doesn't want to change, number one. You can want it for them all you want to, but unless they're ready to try to change or want to change for the right reasons for them, it's never going to happen. So I settled in certain times in my life. And I've raised the bar. I'm dope as fuck. Like, going back to self-love, you have to be able to look yourself in the mirror. And I've gotten to that point where I'm like, I am a good person and I am dope and I deserve a certain caliber of man. Not to disrespect any of my, exes. What we had then is what we had then. But the sin that I was, that's exactly what I was about to say. The sin that I was then is not the sin that I am now. So my expectations are different. And I am noticing my dating life is different because of the change. The caliber of men has changed. Ooh, I'll leave it at that.
We got some conversations to have.
We're going to dinner after this. We got to talk
about.
So I've changed how I interact with men. I'm a queen, and I'm not taking a jack. I'm looking for my king. And
she want the big joker.
No, you can keep the fucking joker, because jokers is I don't want no.
Okay,
keep the joker. Give me my king.
Powerful. I'm in
keep
Spades
my king
land.
in Spades land. Yes, you want the top 5.
The big joker is.
I don't want the top 5.
The big joker.
No, this ain't Spades. If it's Spades, I want the big joker. I want the little joker, the 2 of diamond, 2 of spades, the king.
The ace of spades.
No,
the ace of spades. Right,
and the ace and the king going down. I want the top 5. But we talking about sin, love, life. I want the king.
Sorry, the king.
And the king. Yes, the king. Taller the better. But you know what I'm saying. I'm 5'11". Like, that's another thing. I'm not compromising on certain things anymore.
So you gotta be careful. The Lord is funny as hell.
I'm about to be very careful with what I'm saying. Yeah. Listen how I'm saying this. See, the old me would have said, I don't. I love me a tall man. The taller the better, because I'm 5'11". I just love that, just like I like my meat cut. So I just, all that ties in together. Ooh, yeah. So, check out Wet Pantease, last episode of
episode 10 of
season 2. You know what I'm talking about.
No baggy
I like no baggy maggies. I like my meat cut and I like my men tall. So yeah, and bearded. If got some facial hair. Yeah.
Facial hair is nice.
I love me some facial hair.
Facial hair is nice.
So yeah, I've raised my expectations, and it's working out in my favor. So I'm very pleased about that.
Good for you. Good for you. Lastly, I think I've spoken about this book before because it's a life-changing book, but it's called Atomic Habits by James Clear. And basically what it's saying in this book, to paraphrase, is that try to become 1% better every day. Small changes are what adds up to major change. And if you do nothing, then you basically drop down to -0. So I think it's like, if you do 1%, by the end of the year, you'll be 33% better overall. Whereas if you don't do anything, you'll be back to 0. So it's about compounding positive change until it becomes a thing for you. I'm not articulating properly. We cannot take too much time off the show, because I feel
we're a little rusty.
I ain't talking. I'm like,
we're a little rusty. But y'all get the gist. Y'all understand what she's saying.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So I try to become 1% better every day. And if I miss the mark, I am more gentle with myself. I'm giving myself grace. But then the next day, I make sure I get that percent back. So that's my James Clear, Atomic Habits. Change your motherfucking life.
I have 2 other quotes that's very important. I really want you guys to hear, and to piggyback what you just said a little bit. It's from Iyanla Vanzant.
Ooh,
and it says, your willingness to look at your darkness is what empowers you to change. You have to go into those dark spaces in order to change, and it's hard. And some of it is going to bring you to your knees. I have had to go into those dark spaces and really dig deep and figure out, why am I so unhappy? Why was I mentally poor? Why was it affecting me? Why was I such a pessimist in my own life? And I cried a lot. I cried a lot because I realized I am not the person I thought I was. I'm not the person that I portrayed myself to be. I felt like a fucking hypocrite. I felt like an imposter, actually, because I had lost sight of who I was for different reasons. And when I started tapping into why I was so negative and what was making me so unhappy, it brought me to tears because I realized a lot of it was self-inflicted. Now, some of it wasn't, but majority of it was self-inflicted. And the shit hurt. And I resonate with this quote so much because you have to go deep. You have to go, and whether that's therapy, sometimes other people have to bring it out of you, or your pastor, or somebody that you trust, or a close friend, or a family member, somebody you know is going to be the keeper of your secrets. Because when you go there and go dark, you need someone that's going to help you bring you back, and that's not going to throw it in your face, and that's going to support you. So you're going to have to go to those dark places in order for you to get to the place of ultimate change. 2 more. Audre Lorde. I am deliberate and afraid of nothing. That's a big one for me because, as I said in the very first episode, inaugural Panties, season 1, episode 1, I quoted Will Smith, and paraphrasing again, it's one of my favorite things I've ever heard him say. The best things in life are on the other side of fear. Once you get fear out of your head, if you say you can't do something, you won't. Once you get fear out of your head, watch and be amazed of the things you're able to accomplish.
Amen.
So I want to leave you with that, and this is the last quote.
Yes, give us the quote. You are the quote queen
I got the quote because
she's the quote queen.
Change is important, so I've had some stuff in my phone that's been sitting. The last one is from lowercase letter Miss Bell Hooks. May she rest in peace. Knowing when to quit is linked to knowing one's value. And sometimes in order to change your atmosphere, change what's going on with you, you have to realize your value and change your settings. Sometimes you have to change the people you fuck with the most because they're not helping you. They're on their journey and they're not working the way you are to get to the place that you want to be, so they're going to pull you down. And it may be a season, it may be a reason, it may be a lifetime. You may never get back, and that's okay. We only got one life to live, and you have to be present because we don't get this day back. So we just want you guys to, hopefully, when listen to this show, even though we've been a little rusty, we hope that you change your panties, change them mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially.
All of them.
And then physically, too. Change the motherfuckers. Don't be out here musky. It's summertime. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You a nasty motherfucker.
I came out the train station coming here and got a woof or something. I don't know if it was...
Listen, it is officially... It's officially deodorant in your bag season.
And you got the travel size. Ain't no excuse. Just go get your little Dove, go get your little natural, whatever you get, your Lumi. Just do something.
Just make sure you have it in your bag. And then this will be my last one. I'll leave you with this. Whatever you're not changing, you're choosing.
That part.
We'll see y'all next time.
Peace out.